Okay, spinning, spinning, hoping it's coming up. Check my other camera here. I haven't gone live on Facebook and I don't know when. There, it says I'm live. Good morning, people. Let me see if I can get it on my other dealio here. Um, hmm, maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Can I refresh and get it? There it is. Okay. So yes, I can get it on other. So where is my chat? I'm hoping some people come in here. I know it's early, uh, but I wanted to address a couple of things. Let me see if I can add a comment here. There we go. Yeah, looks like that's going to work. All right, so this morning, before anybody gets here, I don't know if anybody will get here because let's see, what time is it? It's 7 a.m. in my part of the world. So on the West Coast, that means it's like 5 or 6, I don't know. One of the things that I'm doing these days is trying to keep up with daily art. Now you can see I started this in 2019. Shows you that I did not keep up with it in 2019. But my friends, Michelle Mitchell, Vicki Brown, Laura Gregain, and Barb Clark have all kind of issued a challenge to me to work in those non-white journals. I've got the tone tan and the black one. And so on here, this is stuff that I started a year ago. And I think it was Michelle that got me going doing this kind of stuff. I think there's a video out on YouTube showing this. But I had started working in this black journal. And let's see. Yeah, that all seems to be working okay. So I'm gonna get out of there. See if that's slowing my bandwidth down any. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And I don't even know if anybody's awake this time of day. If not, I'm hoping that this saves for later because, I have a few things I want to talk to you about. But if you guys are interested in joining this challenge with us, contact one of us. Let us know. I mean, if you don't know me, maybe you know one of the other people that's contributing, but um, I'm posting my stuff over on Instagram. So if you're interested in this, go check out Instagram and you'll see, my posts for the daily work that I'm doing. Here's another one of those in just another color family. And there's a swirly durly page, and here's where I was testing out the different pens. These are those Moonlight pens, and they seem to work the best on these black pages. So if you're interested in doing this, you might want to check out your Jelly Roll, which are these. These are my Signal, and these are my Moonlight. And you can see each one reacts a little bit different, but I played with them on this paper just to see how reflective it would be. You can see that the Signal is very shiny, very reflective. So if you like the shiny reflective stuff, do that. If you want more of a matte, than go with the Moonlight or the Jelly Roll. But this is one that I've done recently, and this was with the Moon Glow? Yeah, Moon Glow. It's just line artwork. I don't know if I'm going to add color to that or not. You know, I'm very happy with how that turned out on that page. And these are some older, I was following some prompts, and I can't remember what group's prompts these were, but I was following some prompts like Tumbleweed. It might have been my creative year, I don't know. So anyway, this is my black journal that I will continue to work in here and create. And I've got a number of these with the black pages. I've got the square one. Hey, Franna. Hi, Hanny. How are you, ladies? So I've got the square one from who is that? Diane Reevely. And this was a hot mess. Just did not turn out well. But yeah, I was playing in here. These are some of those papers from Art by Marlene, and I was playing around with some of those techniques where you cut out the pages, where you cut pieces out of the page so that you can see the stuff behind. So you can see what that's like to reveal the page behind. And then this is a more recent one that I just did the other day. So yeah, I've got a few pages left in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm working on this one, and then this one from 2019 will actually be done. So if you guys were following along with what we were doing the other day, we were making washi tape, homemade washi tape, and so I've got these stencils out here, and these are papers that I'd started applying some stuff to. I've just got this on my desk, and it's kind of a hot mess, and I wanted to brighten it up because it really is kind of dark. So I was going to grab some sprays and some stencils and see what I could do with this. But while I am talking about that, I want to tell you about another event that's going on right now. It is hashtag, let me get this right, hashtag Pass the Brush Art. Go out and follow that so that you get to see what all is coming in the next 2 days. This is kind of like, you know, when the celebrities are passing the microphone off. Well, we have melanated art sisters who have been underappreciated, and many of the larger, how do I say this? Not larger. Many of the artists who have a good following are passing the brush off to these artists that are in the community who are great artists but just don't have the exposure. And so each one of them, like Diane Reevely and Dina Wakely and Mary Beth Shaw, so many of them, trying to think of who else is part of this. Oh yeah, Sandy Allnock, Jennifer McGuire, trying to think who's, you know, I know people that are passing the brush, and I know people that are receiving the brush. So, you know, if you are unfamiliar with these people, just go follow the hashtag, because then you're going to get everything that's happening in the next 2 days. And I hope that you are in support of these people. Many of them have their own businesses. Many of them have their own Etsy store, YouTube channel, all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, I hope that you take my lead, these other people's lead, and follow some of these artists, because in this day and age, we need to be supportive of one another. And these people have not been heard. They've not been seen. They've not been heard by the industry. And we want to make sure that in the art industry, we are fair and just and give them an opportunity. So I've got some Dina Wakely gloss spray here, and I'm just going to spray some of that. Now, if any of you have questions about that and don't want to post it here, I understand. You can just private message me. I'm good with that. So I am just spraying down some of this gloss spray. And I'll probably add a few different colors on here. I was going to cut this up and run it through my Xyron machine. Do you guys know what a Xyron machine is? It's one of those that puts the sticky stuff on the backside. And then I'll cut it down into strips and make my own tapes out of this. Now, this is getting really drippy, so I'm going to flip it over and use the stuff on the backside here. Yeah, if you watched last week when we were doing our live, and Shell recently, she had put up her washi tape. I already sent some off in the mail because I was doing a swap with some people, but I had a lot more stuff started, so I wanted to finish some of this. It's going to take a little while for this stuff to dry, so I might get out my heat tool and dry it. And I'm going to, this is a floral stencil from Stencil Girl. So I'm going to toss that in the water because one of the things about this spray is it sticks to stuff. It really sticks to stuff. So, and then I want to add some brighter color. So I'm going to get a yellow and hit it with the yellow. So I don't know. There are a number of people right here in this group that I think are part of the Pass the Brush art. I know Rachel, and I know Jackie, and I'm not sure who all is going to be, you're going to be seeing it, but if I see it come up, I will try to post it into the group for you guys, just so that you can follow them, and by all means, follow them. Go find them wherever they are, follow their art, because they've got great art. I've shown, like, Jackie makes stencils and digitals and all that kind of stuff. She streams on Saturday, and I'll try to remember to put some links down below for you guys. But I have some of her stencils. Also, if you find Rachel Bellamy, she is Queenpreneur on Instagram. She also has a teaching page, and she has, I used some of her free printables. She had digitals that she was offering free, and they were gorgeous. They were gorgeous. If you go back and look at some of my art that I did with those, they're almost like mud cloth. You guys know what that is, that cloth from Africa that is so colorful and beautiful. And that's the thing that I like about her art, is just how colorful it is. So I'm getting this kind of dried down. Trying to see if there's any more comments in here. Um, I don't even know if this thing is working right because you know it's Facebook. It's Facebook. But I wanted to jump in here to all the people that I know are part of our group who might have an interest in this and let you know about this event that's happening right now this weekend. Um, let me pull that up. Let's, um, hmm. I go in and I look and I don't even find it on my phone. What is the problem here? I don't know. Maybe it'll post later. Tell you, there's a whole lot, you know, in the world of trying to do these things on different platforms. You learn a lot. You also get frustrated with the process. So, you know, I'm this morning doing the whole giving it my best shot. So here's a floral. And I'm going to spray that with yellow now. There's a ball in the bottom of these. You want to make sure that you get it shook up. Shake, 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 you know. So this weekend I did a class with Dina Wakey doing scribble sticks. And that was fun. You know how you acquire these things and you don't get them used up? Or at least I don't get them used up. So it was interesting because she taught me some things about scribble sticks that I didn't know. Got very, very messy. You know, because Dina loves a mess. And I love a mess too, but I try to contain it. You notice that I have this in a box. I don't even know if you guys are getting this. I hope you are. I hope I'm not ignoring anything. That stays wet for a while. And I want to get it dry because I want to put some black and white doodle type stuff on the top. Okay, so maybe it was just, oh, I do see you there, Franna. So I went to another device to see if I could see somebody. Oh man. So what do I have? I can push that down. Here we go. Got a Got a rag. I'm going to get that off of my stencil and onto the paper. And this stuff is sticky, so it wants to stick to the paint that's already there. Okay, so let me get this box out of here. I think this is mostly dry now. And next I want to get one of those fluffy brushes. What did I do with them? Here we go. I want to get one of these and some ink in bright color. Let's see what this does. This is a tiger lily. Let's see if I can get anything off of this. Let's see what that's doing. Not a lot, but it's there. This is archival ink. Can you guys see it on the edge? It's there. So maybe I just can't do it with a bright color like that on top of all those layers. So let's go to a darker color. Let's go to deep lilac. I'll grab a different, so I don't make mud. Grab a different brush. See what we can get with this. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just go to pen work because this is really saturated now. So I can do that. I can go to pen work. So I will probably grab some of my larger Posca and do some pen work with my larger. Let's see, let's do a contrasting color. Well, this is bright. Let's do a pink and see what it does. But you can see how you can just layer and layer and layer on these. Hey, good morning, Cindy. So I'm just gonna follow my stencil around and get some of that onto the surface here. And then, you know, we'll cut it up, put the adhesive on the back side. See what that looks like. Yeah, you can see that a little bit better. And honestly, I could just go hog wild. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. I've got I've got the Big Daddy Poscas. Let's see what we can get with those. That should be fun, right? Let's see if I can get the stuff flowing out of here. Doesn't look like the paint mixed really well. But remember, this is all going to be cut up and turned into washi. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, you know, the colors and the texture and the whatever. Oh, well, that kind of makes a hot mess, doesn't it? All right, so maybe I need to go back to my old methods of just using a tool. This one's dried up. Where is it? Here, I've got a tool here to spread that. Anyway, you guys, you heard what I wanted to share with you this morning. I will be posting pictures throughout the day of things that I see that I think you guys need to know about. And hopefully we can help pass the brush for our friends. We can be an inclusive society. And help our fellow artists. Okay, that's working a little bit better. Not so goopy. And I'm putting this white on here because I really need to brighten up some of that background. You guys can see. And I know there's glare. That's why I'm going to post some pictures later, because there's a lot of glare on this because of those sprays I was using. I mean, if you go back, there's not as much spray on this end. So I might need to use some more of this chalky stuff just to knock that back so I can take a picture. Because sometimes you can't even get it in a picture because it's got so much shine on it. Hey, Janice. Hello from Scotland. Yes. No, this is, okay, let me show you what this is. This is just the stuff from the hardware store. It's a masking paper that they use to mask areas off when they're going to paint a room. So like your baseboards or, you know, a cupboard or something like that. They use this stuff to mask off the floor, the parts that they don't want to get paint on. And so this really thin, it's really a nice thin paper. And then what I do is I will, you know, get this down on here, and let's see if I can get this open. I'll cut this into strips, you know, 1.5 or 2-inch strips, and I will run it through the Xyron machine so that it's sticky back, so that it becomes a tape. And then I've made my own washi tape. Now this is really stuck on here. I'm going to make a big mess, guys. Maybe this wasn't the best color to pick. I tell you. Oh, but it's a pretty, pretty mint green. And it's stuff that I got in the discount aisle, so it's really quite thick. It's almost like a heavy body, just because it's craft paint that's been sitting in the aisle for a while. So I'm going to grab my stencil. And offload some of that paint, and then start stenciling on here. So you guys can get an idea what that looks like. But what I was talking about before you guys came was about the challenge that some of my friends had issued to me working in my other journals, which are my black and my craft tone journal. So I intend to work on some of that. May not be doing videos on that, may just be doing you know, stuff on Instagram. And then also encouraging you all to follow the hashtag for Pass the Brush Art for my friends for the next 2 days that are passing the brush off to artists who are not seen and heard in our community, who need our support. So that's better. I like that much better. Thanks, Janice. And like I said, I will be posting things in the group, just so that you know. I will be posting what I see coming out in the next 2 days in the group, so that you guys can find these artists, follow these artists, support these artists, you know, because they have not been seen and heard, and we need to support fellow artists in the art community. And many of these people I know personally. You know, I've been in classes with some of, I mean, Trina, I think I met Trina down in the studio at Mary Beth Shaw's place. She actually designed some stencils, I think, on Stencil Girl. So I'll definitely try to link Trina up for you guys. Like I said, Jackie, who is Jay Cherie on YouTube. She streams on Saturday, and she's Central Standard Time, so Saturday afternoon is usually when she's on. Here, I know for you people in Scotland, it's going to be a little bit different, but you know, the thing is, those videos are saved. All of our videos are saved, and so like if you want to go back and see something that I've done, I save it to my YouTube channel. Many times Shell and I will do a fast version of the live show on our own channels, not just the Art Joy Sharing channel. So if you want to go back and view some of those things, maybe in a faster mode, because you're not sure if you're going to like something, we're not offended by that. We're just happy that people are finding something of interest to them. Yeah, I'm liking that mint green on here a lot. That's adding a lot to this to brighten it up. And that's just some chalk paint. I don't even know the brand. It's Art Minds. Something. It's called Sea Glass. It was something that was in the discount aisle. And when you're working this, you kind of want to go back and forth between the lights and the darks and the lights and the darks, so that you get that contrast. Never seen it before. Okay. Well, there's always a first time. We did, okay, way back a couple of years ago, I think, Shell and I did washi tape, but we were using that tape from the dollar store, which is like a medical tape. And you can do that too. We were doing that on the gel plate. And so you just, get your design built on your gel plate, and then you put down your medical tape and pull up your pull from the gel plate. And then, I just store that on some plastic sheets, and I've got some really cool, I wonder if I have some over there. I'll have to go find some of that and put some pictures up of that washi tape that we made a while back using another type of tape. So, I mean, you can use whatever you have. This is just, that really cheap paper. And, if you don't want to put the sticky on the back, you don't have to. You can just glue this stuff down with a glue stick. I just happen to have a lot of that Xyron adhesive laying around that I need to use up before it goes bad. So that's why I'm going to use the Xyron. And I do want to kind of get this going off the edge too, because as you cut this up, you're going to end up with a strip. So not all of this are you going to be seeing at once. You're going to see a portion of it. So I want to make sure that I get some of this on those edges too. Time here is 7:45 a.m. How about you, Janice? Oh, it's 2 p.m. Okay. All right. Is that a good time for you? I usually am up in the morning. I'm a morning person. I've got my cup of coffee. I'm drinking here. So this is not unusual for me to be making art at this time of day. A lot of times I like the solitude. Like when the weather's nice, I like to actually go outside and sit at a picnic table sometimes and do some sketching outdoors at this time of day because the weather is decent. And there's my dear husband. He's just been out for his walk. So I will probably be leaving you shortly because I need to go make some breakfast for him and finish my coffee. Oh, you're following lives on Facebook. Okay. All right. Well, it's a good thing to do, when you're locked down. We definitely have all been locked down. I've been ordering my groceries from a distance, and just driving up to the store, and they dump it into my trunk, the boot, the trunk, whatever you want to call it. So, so I want to make sure that this is good and dry before I put another layer on here. But I'm thinking I've got some more detailed stamps and stencils that I want to add to this. You know, and then here's another piece that I'd started where I just had cut it down. But I mean, this can actually be cut even in half again. So that's all you're doing, is you're taking scissors or a trimmer or whatever you want and cutting this into your washi strips like so. And then for me, I will run that here's a very small Xyron machine. I don't know if it's small enough to, I may have to cut more of this. So I'll just cut a piece of this off. So I can create my sticker, just running that through. And you can put all kinds of stuff on this washi. I wanted mine to remain thin because, you know, I layer a lot of stuff up, and I didn't really want a thick washi tape. I wanted it to be more like tape. So that's why I left mine thin like this. But I mean, I can come back with words and all kinds of things like stamps. What do I have here? I grab some. It's just, I keep stuff like this that's very textural. This is one that Cindy gave me. This is a piece of a hot plate, I think, that I use for a stamp. That's very cool. But I can take, where's my head? I can take this and add more, as much as you want, onto your tape. Oh, good. Okay. Yes. Pass the brush. Absolutely. So glad to hear that, Janice. Spread the word. Let other people know, because, you know, we all need to be in solidarity here. Support those artists that have been, you know, kind of pushed aside for years, and give them an opportunity to shine. It's just like when the comedians are passing the microphone off to another comedian and giving them an opportunity to use their voice. So you may find some really interesting artists that have a lot to share. And I don't know, many of these people are personal friends of mine. I know that you can shop in their store to support them. So let's give them our support, guys. And I thank you for being here today. And I'm going to go, I think, fix some breakfast and drink my coffee. And I'll talk to you all later. You'll see some stuff popping up today. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you being here, even at this hour. Wherever you are in the world, I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.